Hello and welcome. Today we embark on a deep academic journey into the history of the Teutonic Knights and their Crusades in the Baltic region. Over the next 10 minutes, we will peel back the layers of religious fervor, political ambition, and economic transformation that defined this medieval military order. Join me as we explore the emergence, campaigns, and enduring impact of the Teutonic Knights, a story of crusades, conquest, and cultural collision. To understand the Teutonic Knights, we must begin at their origin. Initially formed during the turbulent period of the Crusades in the Holy Land, these knights, originally known as the Order of Brothers of the German House of St. Mary in Jerusalem, found their identity rooted in religious piety and martial discipline. As the Crusader states in the Levant began to wane, the papacy sought new frontiers for crusading efforts. The Baltic region, with its mosaic of pagan communities and strategically vital trade routes, emerged as an attractive theater of operations. In the early 13th century, under papal sanction, the Teutonic Order was invited to extend its mission eastward. This invitation was both a spiritual call to arms and a politically calculated move to secure Christendom's northern borders. Historical documents ranging from papal bulls to chronicles written by contemporaries indicate that this transition was not merely opportunistic but a carefully orchestrated shift aimed at the consolidation of power, faith, and territorial control. As the order set sail for the Baltic, its mission rapidly transformed into a series of crusading campaigns against the indigenous pagan populations of the region. The Baltic Crusades, spanning from the early 1200s to the late 14th century, were driven by a complex fusion of religious zeal and pragmatic state building. While contemporary chroniclers extolled the knights as divinely ordained warriors, modern scholarship paints a more intricate picture. The Teutonic Knights employed a sophisticated military strategy. Their state-of-the-art fortifications, rapid deployment via riverine and coastal routes, and innovative siege tactics were critical in subduing resistant tribes. Yet, these military endeavors were not merely acts of violence. They were part of an ideological campaign to eradicate pagan practices and instill Christian order. This dual-purpose strategy, military conquest combined with the establishment of ecclesiastical institutions, helped the order secure not only territories but also the hearts and minds of local populations. The interplay of military prowess and ideological persuasion was essential in transforming a crusading venture into a long-term regime. While the narrative of pious conquest is compelling, the reality of the Teutonic Knights' actions in the Baltic was equally driven by socio-political and economic imperatives. The Baltic region was not a barren frontier but a land of rich resources, thriving trade networks, and emerging urban centers. For the order, the Crusades provided an avenue to not only spread Christianity but also to establish a robust territorial state. Economic opportunities abounded as the knights transformed conquered lands into centers of commerce. The introduction of German law, urban planning, and agricultural reforms catalyzed the development of towns that would eventually evolve into modern cities such as Königsberg. The order's administrative machinery was remarkably advanced for its time, balancing monastic ideals with the practical necessities of governance. This synthesis of spiritual and secular authority created a unique paradigm where military might, religious duty, and economic ambition were inextricably linked. Internally, the order was a microcosm of medieval European society, reflecting tensions between idealistic spiritual pursuits and the realities of political power. Debates among modern historians continue to explore how these internal dynamics influenced the order's external policies and its eventual transformation from a purely martial organization into a ruling state. Such discussions highlight that the Crusades were as much about constructing a sustainable political entity as they were about religious expansion. As the centuries progressed, the Teutonic Knights underwent a remarkable transformation. From their origins as a religious military order, they evolved into a sovereign power with vast territorial holdings. Their rule in the Baltic region brought about profound changes. On one hand, they are credited with the Christianization and modernization of the area process that introduced structured legal systems, fostered trade, and laid the groundwork for state formation. On the other hand, the order's campaigns were marked by ruthless suppression and cultural displacement of the indigenous peoples. A turning point in this saga was the Battle of Grunwald in 1410, where a coalition of Polish-Lithuanian forces dealt a decisive blow to the Teutonic Knights. This battle, immortalized in European art and literature, signified not only a military defeat but also a symbolic rejection of foreign domination. Historians continue to debate the broader implications of this defeat, with some arguing that it marked the beginning of the order's decline, while others see it as a catalyst for the integration of the Baltic region into the emerging European framework. Modern historiography has re-examined the legacy of the Teutonic Knights. No longer are they viewed solely as barbaric crusaders. Rather, they are recognized as complex actors whose actions contributed to the cultural and political evolution of Eastern Europe. Their legacy, with its blend of innovation and brutality, continues to provoke intense scholarly debate, reflecting the enduring complexity of medieval power dynamics. In recent decades, a wealth of new research, from archaeological discoveries to fresh interpretations of medieval texts, has reshaped our understanding of the Teutonic Knights. These studies reveal that the order's impact extended beyond military conquests. They were instrumental in forging long-lasting economic, legal, and cultural ties between East and West. Today, the narrative of the Teutonic Knights is more balanced. Scholars acknowledge their role in advancing urban development and integrating disparate regions into a cohesive socio-political entity, even as they critique the harsh methods employed in their crusades. This reassessment challenges us to consider the dualities of history, the simultaneous creation and destruction that accompanies state formation. In essence, the story of the Teutonic Knights is not merely one of conquest, it is a window into the transformative processes that have shaped modern Europe. In conclusion, the history of the Teutonic Knights and their crusades in the Baltic is a study in contrasts, a blend of religious zeal, military innovation, and statecraft that forever altered the region's landscape. Their legacy, marked by both progress and persecution, invites us to explore the intricate interplay between ideology and power in medieval Europe. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into one of history's most complex chapters. If you found this analysis enlightening, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know which aspects of medieval history you'd like to see explored next. Until then, may your own quest for knowledge be as relentless and illuminating as the Crusades of old.